You know, I have been telling my daughter now, she's going on one of her proms, and she's going on a date, and I said, it's good because I'm going to have Marcus Luttrell from Lone Survivor over at the house on the night of the prom, and we're both going to have a little chat with the boyfriend. Yeah. She thought I was kidding. Marcus Luttrell is going to be there that night, and we'll have a grand talk with him. I'd like to just scare the living bat crap out of anybody who even looks at my daughter. But in this culture, I mean, I think I'm alone. I think you and me, it's just you, me, and Marcus Luttrell fighting that battle. Look what television has created, an ad for a teen television show. Watch.
Nobody's ever f***ed me the way you just did.
The culture has changed. Hooking up is now the new national pastime. Jennifer Robach Morse is a PhD and author of Smart Sex, Finding Lifelong Love in the Hookup World. Donna Freitas is the assistant professor of religion at Boston University, author of Sex and the Soul. Jennifer, let me start with you. I have this theory that anything that was tolerated in this generation will be embraced by the next. So what was tolerated by our parents, which was promiscuous sex, is now just let's go all the way whenever we want. True or false on that?
Well, it seems to be true. I think the standards are dropping, in part because we've embraced a whole set of assumptions about human sexuality that are simply false. And as we move along the path of embracing that and acting out on the assumption that sex is just a recreational activity with no moral or social significance, and that you can do it randomly with no ill effects. And in fact, any ill effects of promiscuous sex can be handled through condoms. If you just have enough condoms, everything will be fine.
Right.
So those assumptions are false, and as we have problems resulting from that, we try to patch it up with more of the same. And as we do more of the same, of course, the problems get worse. And so I think we have a lot of baby boomer parents who have not fully embraced the fact that they were wrong way back in the 70s in college when they were fooling around in the dorms. And as a consequence, we're moving along and the culture's picking up speed, going downhill fast, and we need to go back and revisit those opening assumptions of the sexual revolution.
Donna, the theme parties that are going on now. I mean, I'm taking my daughters to colleges now, and I had a professor pull me aside at a major university and say, "You've got a daughter. You have got to talk to her about the problems on the campuses. They're out of control with these theme parties." What's a theme party?
A theme party is, I guess I've dubbed the classic pimps and hoes, and generally they're parties that place a male or the man in a position of power, such as a CEO or the jock, because apparently only men can play the role of jock, or the millionaire or the professor, and then puts the woman in the role of the whore or the cheerleader or the schoolgirl or the maid. And so there's a very big power differential, and they really take their cues from the pornography industry. And students dress up to go to these parties in the roles.
And then they're also doing Boink Magazine. What is Boink Magazine?
Well, Boink Magazine is a pornography magazine, a student-run pornography magazine at Boston University.
Student-run?
Yes, it's a student-run pornography magazine. And one of the things that I think is interesting is it's gotten a lot of attention, and I think a lot of students feel pressure to just go along with it or to be okay if they walk into an apartment and it's sitting on the table, when I think most of the students at the college are uncomfortable with it if they're honest with themselves, but they feel pressure to go along with it.
Jennifer, let me ask you this about being uncomfortable with stuff like this. There is something to be said. Guys, man, you know, if they can get it, they'll take it. They'll be scumbags every step of the way if society will let them be scumbags, and nobody teaches their son to not be a scumbag. Women, however, have a physiological difference when they have sex, right?
Well, that's right. One of the things that happens with women is that we tend to attach to our sex partners through a hormone called oxytocin, which turns out to be the exact same hormone that we give off when we're nursing our babies. And so what's happening is that through the sexual act and through giving birth and having children, Mother Nature's trying to create a family. Mother Nature's trying to get us to attach to our babies and to attach to our husbands, our boyfriends, the child's father. And we're trying to blow all that away and pretend it doesn't happen. And that's what's making a lot of the women really uncomfortable and really quite miserable.
And Donna, you're saying in your book, 41% of students express emotions as awkward, used, dirty, empty, regretful, ashamed, alone, miserable, disgusted, duped. I mean, these aren't things that when I hold her in my arms, I hope that she feels someday.
Well, one of the things I want to emphasize, and that I try to emphasize in Sex and the Soul, is that this isn't just a women's issue, feeling uncomfortable with hookup culture. I found both men and women, the majority, equally uncomfortable with it.
That's
and
good
talking
news.
behind closed doors about how they wished they could have what sounds like old-fashioned romance with flowers and candles.
Yeah. Okay, Donna, Jennifer, thank you very much. We will hopefully have you back again and talk about what parents can do. We'll be back in a minute.